Everybody, what's up? So sorry for a big delay in videos. I do apologize. Had a lot of stuff going on. Lost a copy of a book I was going to review. Finally found it. Reading it again. Massive, massive amount of stuff. But one of the biggest things I want to talk about right now is The Science of Stephen King, written by Meg Hafdahl and Kelly Florence. It's part of a large series of books called The Science of, and The Science of Stephen King basically covers, as says on their Amazon page, the truth behind Pennywise, Jack Torrance, Carrie, Cujo, and more. Not like that, but it is a pretty interesting read. There are a couple of them that I didn't like. The science aspect basically is they take a look at these different stories, talk to people from different fields like addiction. Um, There's one that's kind of like a pseudoscience for me. It was like this person talking about auras, using like a camera to capture them. Wasn't a fan of it. Cujo was pretty interesting one. I've not read Cujo yet. I actually do have it. I plan on reading it soon. Um, where it basically talks about what might have been wrong with Cujo. Jack Torrance, I believe, was addiction. I can't remember all of them, but it is a really good read. I do highly, highly recommend it if you're a King fan, and you kind of want to look at a different aspect of what might have situated itself around these different stories. There is one thing that gets mentioned. There is a documentary called Room 237, which I do not recommend watching. It's basically about Stanley Kubrick's version of The Shining, and it's theories as to what his version of The Shining is about. I don't like that because, and I steer clear away from this in another video that I made for another channel. Um, there are people that believe it has to do with the Holocaust, uh, that it's about Nazism. Uh, there's a lot of stuff that, yeah, and it's all because they get off of different things in it. I don't agree with the movie because I don't agree with the fact that people take like this like a symbolism, different stuff in the movie. They look at Kubrick's other stuff. Like one person said, "Oh, it's a jab at King," saying I'm gonna do whatever. Oh, the moon landing, the theory that Kubrick helped fake the moon landing. He's using the movie to say, "Yep, I did it. Here's the proof." No. Um, Otherwise, yeah, it is pretty interesting. The stuff about Pennywise, okay, it's like, okay, I can kind of get behind this. There's just so much that Carrie is one of those books that I had the hardest time reading, and their explanation was kind of like, okay, I can kind of see how it worked to a degree, but oh no, it wasn't the first King book that I ever read. The first King book that I ever read was, what was it? The Dead Zone, which I still have my original copy of, and honestly, it's kind of those just bizarre things, but if you're looking for something directly about King, that's something fun and exciting to read, this is not it for you. But if you want to know about what people think could be going on, check it out. Torrance, Jack, the deal with him. The reason, and I actually want to say this, reason why I prefer this book over the documentary as well, is this is more founded in science aspects. Um, because it also talks about people who are victims of, counselors for people who are victims of domestic assault, different stuff like that. Cujo talking to a veterinarian. So you get a lot of these different perspectives that you never would have thought you have got. So it is very well written, very well broken down. It does have a chronological time frame of each of the books being written. And I am very thankful they didn't touch on other things because, yeah, I'm a psychologist talk about King and what they think of some of his work. My been proud, especially it. But that's it. I'll talk to y'all later. Take care.